Okay. Let's take a look here. So I got it nice and flush up there, and let's go ahead and do our pilot holes. Two to start. See, I forgot to do the pilot hole. So all right, so we have a right side, a left side, and a top and a bottom. Amazing. All right, so the next thing we're going to want to do is put together the side extensions, and so in order to do that, it's pretty simple actually, but let's walk through it. So right now, we're looking at the back of the enclosure, soon to be enclosure. It's not really an enclosure, it's kind of very open. So what I want to do, because the back panel I want removable, so it's an access panel. I want to use these 1x1s on the back of the side extensions. So what I need to do is make sure that we place these right on here, but it'll actually be better if we put these on first. And so let's go ahead and do that. For this, I'm actually not going to use the long deck screws from the outside. I might change my mind on that, but what I will use are the let's see if I can raise this thing up a little bit. I doubt it. I don't know how high it goes, but we will find out. And let's try that. Well, maybe we can tilt this over so you guys can see what the heck I'm trying to accomplish. So again, being very careful not to twist this, because that glass will break. All right, so now you can see the crate holes, and let's take a look at our back. Now, like I made this from old flooring, hardwood flooring that was left over from remodeling the kitchen and the dining room. So I don't really care if there's a little gap in here. It's not gonna have that much effect, so all we do is make sure that we're flush, and I'll grab the pocket screws and that bit and we'll go ahead and screw those in. All right, so in this case, I'm not going to drill a pilot hole. I'm just going to brute force it. Just want to make sure it's flush with this and it's up against the side of the glass panel. I guess we'll put the other one on this side. We'll flip around to the back. And do that one. Okay. Normally I would have just walked around to the other side, but then I'm going to move the camera and all the crap so you guys can see what I'm doing. So, there. All right. Screws. Now hopefully I don't forget to do this, but one of the things we want to do after we've, this is the mock-up, right? We're test fitting all of our pieces, making sure we're happy with everything, and then we're going to take it all apart so we can stain it and make any adjustments if there are any needed. But before we take it apart, because we've screwed everything in, we'll want to mark either with a piece of masking tape or some way of marking where each piece came from and its orientation, so when we go to put the glue on, all the screw holes line up. Because there's nothing worse than having a bunch of glue all over stuff and things not going together right, and it gets very frustrating and probably quite comical if you're watching somebody else do it, but I'm gonna try not to be that guy. So here we are. And God, it's so much better when you plan your stuff and you take your time. So this is pretty much it. The front door will go here. And because we used that piece of wood when we lined everything up, this is all nice and flush. And this will all be stained a similar color. I'm actually pretty happy with that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up this is why I chose to put these in later. So we're gonna set up these supports inside. You know, they'll kind of go in there like that. I'm sure they'll fall over because I would like them to stay. And then, I can move more crap out of the way. Hopefully, if I cut this right, this should just fit right in here and be pretty snug. And this is why we mock things up, right? So, okay, that's really snug. So I might want to trim, you know, this stuff doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to, you know, to close. So let's see if we go this way. Because sometimes your boards get out of square. And so it looks like I'm gonna need to trim a little bit off of this, not much. And then the back panel will fit on. So that's the idea. And then once all these pieces fit, and we'll sand them all down a little bit. Most of them already have a pretty good finish. That is one reason why I spent the extra money to get the maple, because it's all ready. It's sanded and I can just stain it. Okay. So now we're going to put these guys in. So I know that my board is 3/4 of an inch thick, so I'm just putting that in there to show how far back I need to be with this. And look to drill and countersink a hole on that. Okay. And this is only holding the back piece, so it doesn't really need to be, you know, we don't need to put too many. We're just going to put 3 in here. And try not to drill through your finger, because that hurts. Not a lot of fun. Okay. And countersink bit. Actually, not going to use the countersink bit for these. I'm just going to use some of these Craig screws, since I've already got them. So let's see how this will work out. I'm sure you guys are just looking at the back of my head, so I'm going to need to do a wee bit of editing on this one. So try to get a better shot when I do the other side. Okay. All right. So that one's in. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay, not too bad.